100 years beneath the stone. One nameless box, one little key, and suddenly the past has something to say. Years beneath the stone, a nameless box, a silent throne. The dust comes off, the seals are red, and suddenly the past is dead. Every missing file is there, every truth they couldn't bear, every photograph, every name, every verdict built on shame. All of it waiting. Billy walked free. Wendy was hanged. Harry was blamed. Krause escaped. Miles was condemned. Different years, different crimes, different victims, different times. But the same hand moved behind the lines. I pulled the strings you never knew. I chose the silence, I chose the truth. I hid the evidence, I watched the game. I gave you villains, I gave you blame. 100 years, and now you see the missing hand was always me. Billy had blood upon his hands, 100 children, shifting sands. I held the proof before the trial and watched him leave with that little smile. Wendy died beneath the rope while I possessed the evidence of hope. Harry wore a killer's name while I watched an innocent man take the blame. Krause kept records, lives were lost. I knew the truth, I knew the cost. And when his evidence disappeared, I put it somewhere you wouldn't hear. Then there was Miles, 100 million, a ledger, a box, 7 locks, and 100 years before anybody could look. 5 little stories, 5 little crimes, 5 little failures and 5 different times. And every single one had my fingerprints. Not literally, I'm smarter than that. I pulled the strings you never knew. I chose the silence, I chose the truth. I hid the evidence, I watched the game. I gave you villains, I gave you blame. Billy, Wendy, Harry, Krause, Miles. 5 names, 1 game. You thought there were 5 mysteries, 5 strangers, 5 tales, 5 failures of your justice, 5 separate paper trails. No, there was one hand, 1 observer, 1 architect, me. The box reveals my fingerprints, not literally, I'm smarter than that. A pattern hidden underneath the facts, a signature woven through the axe. Every secret had my touch, every silence said too much. Every time the system broke, I was standing just outside the smoke. Billy had his verdict, Wendy had a rope, Harry had his sentence, Krause had his freedom, Miles had his box, and I had the evidence. You finally found my evidence. You finally know my name. You finally understand the game. But you're 100 years too late. So hang my portrait in your halls. Put my story on your walls. Write the truth in every book. Tell yourselves you caught the crook. You found my evidence, you found my trail, you found the puppeteer behind the veil, and now you know who pulled the strings. All five: Billy, Wendy, Harry, Krause, Miles. 5 little cases, 1 very patient man. Did you really think I'd still be here? Did you really think I'd simply disappear? 100 years is a long time, but not for me. The strings are still attached, and somewhere, right now, another file is being opened. Another name is being written. Another piece of evidence is being put somewhere. You'll never look. And perhaps, one day, someone will find it. Perhaps, just to mock the courts.